the nerdy Helisimmer.
Advise on initial contact. You have information Golf.
Alright guys, we got Golf. There has been a request for another LAPD flight, and since I like flying in LA and I like to fly the AS350 by Dreamfoil, I thought I'd oblige. So let's get going. We're at the LAPD Hooper Heliport in downtown Los Angeles, and we are responding to a fictional incident at Vermont Avenue and Knox in the Harbor Gateway area. One thing I learned about the Hooper Heliport is that they use the straight line between the two takeoff and landing areas as a runway. So I taxi to the northern helipad, make a pedal turn, and then climbing away towards the southern helipad. They most probably do that so that in case of an engine failure during approach or takeoff, they can still land on the rooftop instead of falling down into the streets. Weather is good and visibility is awesome. We will follow the Santa Ana Freeway westbound and then fly south along the Harbor Freeway, which will get us through Class Bravo airspace of LAX, and that's why we need to get in contact with LAX Tower. LA traffic helicopter November 668 Papa Delta climbing out of the LAPD heliport, proceeding west along the 101 LA traffic.
Los Angeles Tower, Southwest 627, IFR clears to Denver with information go.
West 627 clear to Denver, Sky Harbor, Ocean 1 departure, Beale transition, that is flying by 6, that maintain 5,000, flight level 3405 minutes after departure, departure frequency 135.55, squawk 7123.
Can you repeat that a little bit slower? That was really fast. Southwest 627.
At this intersection, I'm turning south along the Harbor Freeway and I'm getting ready for my call to LAX Tower.
West 627 clear to Denver via the Ocean 1 departure, Beale transition, then as filed, climb by acidics that maintain 5,000, expect flight level 3405 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 135.55, squawk 7123.
Being via SID, expect flight level 350, 05 minutes after departure, and can you repeat that squawk code for me?
1627, squawk 7123.
Booking 7123, Southwest 627.
Southwest 627, reback is correct, expect runway 24 left for departure, the LA altimeter 3011.
LAX Tower, helicopter November 668 Papa Delta.
Additional aircraft Los Angeles information hotel now current, the winds 24011, altimeter 3011. Number 6 Papa Delta, LA Tower, again.
Number 668 Papa Delta, AS350 is downtown climbing out of the LAPD for 1000, request transition Class Bravo LAX southbound by the Harbor Freeway.
Number 668 Papa Delta, approved as requested, the altimeter 3011.
As requested and 3011 November 668 Papa Delta. Notice that we didn't get a transponder code. I'm squawking VFR today. Real police helicopters most probably have their own transponder system, and they might transmit a police-specific transponder code for ATC. I don't know what that is. If you do have any information on that one, feel free to let me know in the comments. We're passing through LAXs Class Bravo right now. If you want to follow along our flight path, feel free to download the helicopter route chart for the LA area. Link in the description. I'll also put in a link for the Hooper Memorial scenery that I use. We exit the LAX Class Bravo when crossing the 105 here.
After 668 Papa Delta, departing Bravo airspace to the south, change route up to the flight.
November 668 Papa Delta, thanks. The LAPD Air Support Division started out in 1956 with one helicopter for aerial traffic observations. As of today, I think they have a fleet of 19 aircraft, mainly consisting of the AS350. I also saw a Bell 412 on Google Maps. As the name suggests, the Air Support Division supports ground police forces on their various missions by means of aerial observations with the use of FLIR cameras or searchlights. Up ahead we see the Dominguez Channel, so we're nearing our location southwest of the intersection of the San Diego and Harbor Freeway. The police version of Dreamfoil's AS350 is actually equipped with a FLIR camera. However, as I can operate it and fly the helicopter at the same time, I'm concentrating on being the pilot in command here. Sure would be nice to have the possibility of sharing a cockpit, so a multiplayer option, but I don't think that it is possible in X-Plane. LA traffic, helicopter number 668 Papa Delta operating over the intersection of San Diego Freeway and Harbor Freeway at 1000 LA traffic. Alright, I slowed down. We are just crossing the San Diego Freeway and we are looking at the intersection of Knox Street and Vermont Avenue. I chose that location because it is relatively easy to spot from the air. I'm gonna get a little bit closer and then I will do an out-of-ground effect hover while my imaginary colleague will do some police stuff. I do not have the slightest idea what our mission is here. However, sadly enough, in Los Angeles, it most probably would be a shooting. It can be quite difficult to maintain an out-of-ground effect hover. As a tip, simply choose a location on the ground and try to keep it inside your bottom window. Alright, time to get real close. Making use of my tip, I try to keep the corner of Knox and Vermont in my bottom window. And naturally you would be in radio contact with dispatch and the personnel on the ground. I wonder if there's any virtual airline doing helicopter police operations in X-Plane or in other flight sims. Could be done, but probably not. I mean, we helicopter pilots are sort of a rare breed inside the flight sim community. But I do think there is a group that does HEMS flights on VATSIM. Alright, I think I'm going to change my hovering spot here.
Again, was that for Canadian Express 021? Express 021, I have permanent exit right, hold short, runway 25 right, departing traffic. Exit right, hold short for departing traffic, 25. Cessna 737 Hotel Yankee traffic, 11 o'clock, 2 miles, helicopter 1,200.
That's us.
Looking for the traffic stone, Hotel Yankee.
Today I didn't find a flight plan on VATSIM. That's not necessarily a problem if you're not flying to and from airports. Depends on the controller.
Hotel Yankee, I got that traffic in sight. Roger.
Alright, that's enough hovering for today, so whatever they do down there, they have to continue without me. We are not going to fly back through the Class Bravo airspace. We will follow the Gardena Freeway eastbound, and then follow the Alameda Street back to the downtown area. Once you're familiar with the airspace around LA, you will realize that it is not necessary to contact any ATC if you know where to fly.
Charlie, the winds 2401, runway 24 right, clear to land.
LA traffic, helicopter November 668 Papa Delta, trekking east on Artesia, 1000 feet LA traffic.
Cessna 737 Hotel Yankee, the winds 2401, runway 25 left, clear to land. Correct on 25 left, 037 Hotel Yankee.
On our 11 o'clock position, you can see the Compton Woodley Airport. Now, while we fast forward again, you'll notice that I get disconnected a few times from the network. The scenery of LA Metro has a lot of autogen buildings, so that's pretty heavy on my system. I also have to run the AS350 with 6 flight model calculations per second so it doesn't jump like crazy when I'm on the ground. LA traffic, helicopter November 668 Papa Delta Artesia turning north onto Alameda, 1000 feet LA traffic. The AS350 by Dreamfoil is an aircraft that was developed for X-Plane 10, so it will not work out of the box for X-Plane 11. Just keep that in mind before you buy it. However, Fred of Dreamfoil uploaded a few patches to make it work with an X-Plane 11. But don't expect it to work perfectly. I think the pedaling is a little off and the rotor disc seems to be a little bit too effective. You will need to download 2 patches, one of which will solve the issue of having no sound. And the other patch, I think, deactivates VRS because you may find yourself dropping to the ground once you get into a hover. To download these patches, just visit Dreamfoil on the Payware support section of the X-Plane forum. And in the download section, you will find the LAPD livery for the AS350 as well.
for American 122 Bravo.
American 122 Bravo 7152, otherwise your back is correct. Expect runway 25 right for departure, the LA altimeter 3011.
3011, that's 5152, and that's all, American 122 Bravo.
Now for trimming the AS350, I find the yaw strings on the canopy much more reliable than the slip ball on the main panel. The way this works is that you should see the string buffeting occasionally on the right as well as on the left side of the vertical column. If you see the string on the right side only, you need opposing pedal input, so more left pedal. And vice versa, if you see it on the left side only, you need more right pedal. At least to me it seems that the aircraft is trimmed best when I use the yaw strings instead of the slip ball indicator. Alright, as always, downtown is quite easy to spot, just aim for the skyscrapers. We will approach the Hooper Heliport from the south, but if you remember at the beginning of the video I told you that they use the rooftop as a runway, and since we took off southbound we will use the same direction for our landing. That means I will join a left-hand downwind and land from the north. Crossing the Santa Monica Freeway and continuing along the Alameda Street. Hooper Heliport is the flat white building at the banks of the LA River. You can see the Dodgers Stadium on our 11 o'clock position. Now we need to be careful. There are quite a few power lines at the LA River here in close vicinity to the heliport. I aim my approach for the southern helipad, then do a pedal turn and taxi back to our parking spot, which I think was number 7. As mentioned in the first video I did flying to the Hooper Heliport, the textures aren't that great. You can see they're a little bit blurry, which makes it a little bit more difficult to hover and maneuver over. Just small corrections, keeping a stable hover, and a little tip: once you lower collective, the nose of the AS350 will drop forward, so you need to pull aft on the cyclic just very gently. And we're down, so let's just check the replay. This concludes our flight, our mission with the AS350 of the LAPD Air Support Division. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you around next time. See ya!